everyone, thank you for joining me for another cash condensing video. In today's video, I wanted to show you step by step on how I break down my cash condensing, how I pull the money out of my overflow binder, go to the bank, withdraw the money, and then I bring it back and do my whole condensing. I'm gonna literally take you from point A to Z. Usually I start from like T and then go to Z, but now I'm gonna go A to Z. I'm gonna give you everything. So this is gonna be my whole routine on how I use my overflow binder, on how I go to the bank, on how everything. So let me introduce my overflow binder. This is she. She's looking like a hamburger, and we're gonna try to condense her today. So my overflow binder, the best way I can describe it is like a portable bank. The overflow binder has sections to it. So I have a little vellum overlay and a cardstock dashboard. I just layered them together. So it separates the bills from $1 bills, $5 bills, $10, $20, $50, hundreds. And then I have my in the bank placeholders and then my regular cash placeholders. I have trackers in the back of my overflow binder that represent certain binders that have trackers in them. So for instance, this one back here is my holiday and birthday tracker. This is my home tracker. This is my low priority binder tracker. This is my high priority binder tracker. I just want to give a disclaimer. I have pulled out money from a lot of the envelopes, so it looks very messy. I didn't wipe it down and redo it, so this is real time. I'm not gonna erase it for this video. I'm sorry. It was kind of like last minute, poorly planned. I'm so sorry. But for instance, so this is my high priority binder. So you see the binder is high priority. Let's go down to car expenses, and there should be a $200 placeholder in there. I go to that envelope specifically, and bada bing, there's the $200 placeholder. So in the future, if I ever need money from that placeholder, or if I ever need to uncondense it, I can always come to this binder instead of going to the bank, right? And of course, updating the tracker, which means, crossing out the 200 and either crossing it out completely or updating it with, a $100 tracker or $400, or if it goes higher or lower or whatever the case may be. I can uncondense it, and I can uncondense it however I want. I can take $200 out. I can take $450s out. I can take 20s. I can take 10s out. I can even take 5s if I want to. That's the beauty of this binder. You can do it however you want to. And for instance, like this, when I'm trying to cash condense, the only time I necessarily need to go to the bank is going to be this instance, is when my binder gets way too big and I don't have any more hundreds and I have a few 50s. So that is the only time that I will be going to the bank. So I decided to bring you guys along with me so you guys can kind of see my process on how I do it. But it's very rare. I want to say maybe, I don't know, once every, give or take, maybe once a year I go to the bank and do this. So yeah, let's jump into it. I'll show you exactly how I do it. So what you're gonna need is calculator, cash tray. You're gonna need a cash condensing sheet. You can find these on my website, the digital and the printable version on an A5 sheet only, and a teller slip. Any teller slip, you don't necessarily need mine. You can go on Etsy, I'm sure they have a lot of them. Or if you have your own, teller slip, your own design that you like to use, you can do that too. And then the overflow binder. So we're gonna flip back to the 20s pouch here. We're gonna pull out all of our 20s, and we're gonna first start out by counting everything that's in here. So just give me a second, let me just count it. How much did I say was in here? Okay. So it gives me 780. For the 20s, I don't like to get rid of everything because sometimes I can use 20 in the cash condensing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear that 80 to 468, and then I'm gonna minus 80 from here, and I'm gonna take out just 120s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there should be 600 in here. So we're gonna go ahead and put this 180 back into the pouch. 2, 4, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. 180 in here. Then we're gonna go in with the 10s. We're just gonna count everything in here. Okay, so it's gonna be 410. So what I'm gonna do is take out a 10, and it's just gonna be 400. So we're gonna put the 400 in there. And the only reason I took out the 10 was to make it a whole number, so that way I can just do hundreds and 50s. Sure, it'll make sense once I reach the end, but now we're gonna do 5s. And so there's 36 in here, so that's 180. That's a weird number. Because the number is at 180, I want to make this kind of a number I can take to the bank for them to give me hundreds and 50s only. So actually I can do the rest in 20s. No, you know what? No, we're gonna do 150. We're gonna keep it not complicated. So we're gonna go ahead and count out $30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There we go. And then minus 30, there should be 150, and this is gonna go back into the pouch. And the ones I'm just going to leave in here. I usually like to keep one so I can make change if I ever need change in the future. So I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. We're gonna go over to the 50s and the 100s and just see what we need to condense out of this money. So it looks like we need a lot of hundreds. All right, guys, I went ahead and made this just a little complicated. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm gonna take out another 100 for the 20s, just so I have extra 20s to cash condense. And so now there's only 500 in here. So this is what we're gonna do. So on my cash condensing sheet, again, this is an A5 cash condensing sheet. You can get these on my website, the physical form or the digital download. In the category section, you're gonna write the bill, the amount. So for instance, this is the $20 bills, so I'm gonna put the 20s. The amount is 500. For the denominations, you're gonna write exactly what you want. If the amount is 500, I want 5 $100 bills, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna put 5. Okay. Then we're gonna head over to the 10s. And the 10s, I had 350. So I'm gonna put, I put 3 $100 bills and 1 $50 bill. So 350. And then this goes back over here. Oh no, my pen. Then the 5s. 5s has 150. So I'm gonna do 1 and 1. So I'm gonna do 100 and 150. And that equals to 150. So at the end, we're just gonna tally it all up. Down here where it says total quantity, you're just gonna add everything up. So it says 100, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're gonna write 9 right here. And then there's 250, so we're gonna write 2 right there. Okay, I went ahead and filled everything out just so it's a little easier. Then it says total amount. So you're going to multiply this number 9 times 100 and get your amount. So that's 900. Then you're gonna times 2 times 50, and that's 100. So then you're gonna add these up at the bottom, should come out to 1,000. I'm sorry guys, please ignore my penmanship. I record on a couch. It's not a hard surface, so I botched this. Anyway, so there's $1,000 at the bottom. Now, taking my teller slip, which these are reusable. Again, you can find these on my store. The link will be in the description box. So all I'm gonna do is transfer over this information. I'll do it really quickly, then I'll show you on screen. and this is what my teller slip looks like. All I did, guys, was transfer over the information. And just for safety measure, you can always recount this before you take this to the bank. This is my little pouch that I take to the bank. So what I'm gonna do is slip my money in there. Now it's up to you guys how you want to deposit your money or how you want to withdraw your money. You can go up to the teller, you can go up to the ATM because the ATM gives hundreds and fifties. It's completely up to you guys. We're gonna head over to the bank and then we'll come right back. All right, guys, so we are back from the bank. I'm going to empty out this money here and here. And then taking the money from my overflow binder, oops, I'm gonna take 100 from there, 50s from here. I'm gonna save this 50 because I think it's really pretty. I'm not gonna use it. The 20s we're gonna take out. We're gonna leave the 10s, 5s, and the 1s as well. We are also going to take out my cash placeholders. I have a lot of them. These are what my cash placeholders look like. They just represent the amount, obviously, that you have in your envelope. I'm just gonna keep them there. I have a lot of them. A lot of them are messed up because when I make orders and I mess up on some of them, I keep the messed up ones. And we're gonna take these trackers out. That way it's a little bit easier for me to write. And the overflow binder is going to the side for right now. So we are not gonna start off with these trackers. I'm gonna first start off with my boyfriend's binder. Now my boyfriend, you know, he's a guy. He doesn't really care for the trackers. So I just like to condense his envelopes as is, like just with the money. So we're just gonna go through his envelopes really quickly. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That already, 10, 25, 30, okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Just like that, and then we can take 100. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 15, 20. 10, 15, 20, could be a 20. That's good. So we've got 1, 2, 25, 30. Perfect. These should be condensed already. Yeah, they are. Treat myself. 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't know if I want to condense this or kind of leave it because he likes to have smaller ones, but 50. 2, 4, 6, 8. So, you know, I'm gonna leave it just for now. I'm just gonna leave it because he likes smaller bills anyway, but you know, I'm just gonna leave it for now and then I'll ask him later. Okay, so far in his Baker to Vegas, he has 1, 2, 3. Can't do anything with those. 2, 4, 6, 8, 90, 100. So we're gonna take a $100 bill and then we're gonna take a 20. So now he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. There was one over here that I wanted to touch on. I think it was my birthday. So this envelope has 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100. So we're gonna take 100 and we're gonna put these over here, put them back. So now it has 300. I think that was all 56, 70, 80. Yeah, I couldn't really do anything with those. Oh, womp, womp, womp. And that's it for his. Now the fun stuff begins. All right, so we're gonna go into these trackers. I'm gonna go through them one by one. We're gonna start with high priority. High priority usually gets a lot of the placeholders just because I don't like to have a lot of cash in these and I like using my placeholders. So Car expenses has a placeholder of 200, so let's see what we've got. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, so that's another 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. We're gonna grab a 50 from here. 5, 10, 15. Let's just grab a 10 and see how we feel about that. $10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. Okay. Bothering me. Let me see how we could do this, guys. I want to keep the least amount of bills in here as possible, so let's see. Sometimes I go crazy and I don't really like look at what I have. 20, 40. See, this could have been a 20. I don't know why I grabbed 2, 4. See, and then this could be a 50. Like, I don't know why I did that. See, I'm just a mess. So 20, 40, 60. So this can literally be like a 50 and a 10. And I can put those 20s back. Yeah. And this is going to be 100. So we're going to put this back in car expenses in the actual envelope. And then we're going to replace this with a $300 placeholder. Oh no, I had them all. Oh, I had them all pretty and now I messed them up. Right, it's okay. So we're going to look for 300. Oh, I have one. Oh, sometimes I get scared that I'm not going to have one. And then that just throws off my groove, you know, when you don't have the placeholder. So I'm just going to update my tracker. I'll make it look pretty at the end of the video or maybe off camera, but this is literally how I do it. I just cross off the old one and then write the new one, and then I insert the new one in the envelope. So now to do a whole count, it's going to be 350, 65. So we have 365 in car expenses. Car registration is fully funded, but I am going to condense it to there should be a placeholder in here. Oh, there is. 200 placeholder. 20. Oh, so this just must be 100. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a $300 placeholder in here. And I think I see one. Oh, no. Please tell me I have one. That's going to suck. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm just going to put car registration. And then I'm going to update this tracker to 300. And that's it. And then I just put it in here. And that's it. It's fully funded. It's totally up to you guys if you wanted to put the actual money in here. So when the bill comes around, you already have the money ready, or you put a placeholder. It's completely up to you on how you want to do it. I just like the least amount of bills in here as possible. So I go with the placeholder. But again, it's completely up to you guys. Please don't judge how I do it. This is just how I like to do it. Taxes has 100, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Oh, I have 100 in here. Wow, that's so cool. Okay, 100, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that's 200. So we're going to grab a $200 placeholder and a 5. So we'll put the 100 here. 50, 50, 70, 80, 90, 100. So we're just going to quickly write taxes and write 200 here. Sorry, I'll do it over here just because it's a little off balance again. And again, guys, this is going to be very messy. I do fix it either off camera or at the end of the video, just depending on how much time I have. But there it is, taxes, 200. And now we have 205. Bella and Nala, I'm actually going to leave this the way it is because I have to do some uncondensing with this envelope. So I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to pull out a lot of money from it, so it doesn't make sense to condense it. And then I'm going to have to uncondense it. Pet and emergencies, 200 already. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. So that's 305. Oh, wait. Before I do that, I always have to make sure I have the placeholder. Because if I don't, there we go. I'm just going to get sad. It's horrible. All right, so we got 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. All right, and then we just update this tracker from 200 to 300. Guys, we're in our 300 era right now. Look at this. We're moving up in life. That's what I'm talking about. 305. That's cool. ESA letter has, I'm so mad at myself because I think this one only needed like $5 more, and I don't know why I didn't put it in here. 50, 60, 70, 80. Right? No, it needed $10 more. Ugh. 150. Right? Yeah. 150, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90. So you know what we're going to do, guys? This is what we're going to do. I'm going to go to my spending. I'm going to fill it in. Alrighty, guys. So I went ahead. I cheated a little bit. I pulled $10 from my wallet just so I can fill this envelope because it only needed $10 left. Yes. Hey, shush. I'm trying to record. Shh. Please. Please just give me like 20 more minutes, please. So now ESA later has 150, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. And my goal was 200. There's my goal insert. So this is now fully funded. I can put a $200 placeholder and I can put a fully funded insert in there. That makes me feel so good. I know I had to take that money out of my spending money, but I feel so much better that this envelope is now filled and I no longer have to worry about stuffing it. And when the time comes around to renew their letter, it's already taken care of. And I think that means more to me than having like spending money. So cool. That's exciting. I'm so excited. I'm so happy for that. Okay. Going over to dental. So dental currently has a $100 placeholder. We're probably going to maybe put a $300. Let's not get crazy. Okay. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that's 200, 10, 15. Okay. So I know that a $200 placeholder can be inserted. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So, 20. So we'll do 10, 15, 20. And then we'll just get rid of these 5s and put a 10 in here. So, cool. So now we have 35 and then a $200 placeholder. We're going to update the dental section and put 200. And then we're going to put these guys away. Okay. Cool. So dental now has $200 placeholder, 2035. So 235. Vision, I know we can't condense that. Costco, we can definitely condense. We've got 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's already 2 20s that we can put in there. And then we can put 2 10s. I'm sorry, 1 10, that's 2 5s. So, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All right. So now Costco memberships has $50, but it's now condensed. Oh, wait, you know what? Boom. Yeah, that's right. As much as we can. Walmart Plus. I think this one can also be condensed. 20, 30, 40, 50, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So let's do this. So now Walmart Plus has 30 and it's condensed and it looks beautiful and it's just great. You know, this one can actually be condensed to a 50 and a 10. I know that's not like doing much, but it's one less bill, I guess. That was Costco memberships. I did the front half, so now I'm doing the back half. I think that's it. Vision, I can't really do much. There's only, oh, you know what? I can go to 10. I feel like I'm just being petty when I'm like, oh, I can just do a 10, or like, or when I take out one bill and I swap 3 20s for a 50 and a 10, I'm kind of like, oh, I feel like I'm being petty at that point, like, oh, you know. But I feel like, let me just make sure these are all kind of in order. Okay. Usually when I look back on my cash condensings, there's always one I miss, or like the last one I caught where I put the 50 in there. Sometimes I miss that and I just end up putting the 20s, and then later on I go back and I'll fix it. But I'm trying to get better, guys. So next one is low priority. Low priority, if I'm honest, I don't really condense too much because I'm always grabbing from here. Usually just swap the bills out rather than put placeholders. Sometimes I do put placeholders, but for the envelopes where I know I'm probably not going to touch for a while. And the high priority, I usually use a lot of placeholders because I don't normally pull money out of that one. Those are kind of like my long-term sinking funds, if you will. So spending has 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. It only needs, literally only needs $5. Nope, I'm not going to do it again. So let's see, 20, 40, 50, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So we can do, I'm gonna move this one on the side because I'm gonna get confused. 10, 20, so let's do 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. We'll do another 20. And that's it. Family, I'm gonna condense this one. I usually don't, but I am gonna do it. 20, 30, 40, 50, 5, 10, 15, 20. You know, I'm gonna leave hair because I do like to have just 20s in there, because then I don't have to break it for like a tip or anything like that. All right, so this one is special occasions. Sorry guys, I was just flipping through my envelopes. Usually these, you can't really condense any of these because I'm constantly pulling money out. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. So I found one I can condense. 50, 70, 90, 95, 100. So it has 105. I'm not going to be touching this one for a while, but in case I do, I'm going to leave the money in there. Again, I'm constantly pulling out of this one, so I really don't want to put a placeholder in there. 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, let's do 20. 10, 20, 8, 9. So we've got 50, 6, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, yeah, 79. For my birthday, 20, 40, 50, 5, 10, 15, 20. Gus's birthday, 10, 20, 25, 30. So we're just going to replace 10, 15, 20. Alexa's birthday, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Again, we're just going to keep those, 5, 10, 15, 20. We're going to keep the 10 and just put the 20 in there. So now we have 130. Nick's birthday, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. So we're going to pull two 20s, 10, 20, 30, 30, 40. I do like to double count just to make sure before I put it into the overflow binder. And that is it for this one. The next one I'm going into is my home binder, which is this one right here. I don't have any placeholders in this one just yet, but I don't know if that will change, to be honest. So let's see. Credit card, we're not going to do anything with this one because we constantly pull out of it, but I could condense it a little bit, but I'm not going to put a placeholder. 10, sorry, I do this in my head sometimes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 20. We have 2 50s here. I'll condense those. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 20. Costco, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then we have 2 10s, which is a 20. And we have a placeholder in here, but this is an in the bank placeholder. It's gonna represent our reward points that we have. We have $200 in reward points that we plan on spending in Christmas time. So if you're curious what that placeholder is, it's not one that goes in the overflow binder. Household has 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. 5, 10, 15, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's weird. It's just $4 in there. Toiletries, 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, that's 100 right there. So actually, you know, we're gonna keep the 50s because sometimes we don't spend all of this in one jump, so we might break it down. So we'll leave that. We'll leave that one. This one needs to be condensed. Oh, how pretty. Look at these hundreds. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're gonna put the pretty 100 in here. 20, 40, 45, 50. And then we need a 10. Cool, so now we have 1, 2, 50, and 60. So 260. Medical, 5, 10, 15, 20. Just getting a little stuff. 5, 10. So now we have 130. Health has 20, 30, 40, 50. And then 10. Family visits, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 5. See, this one I normally don't put a placeholder. I don't know why, I feel like they just never amount to the same amount. We could put date night with a placeholder, because that's $200 in it, but again, this one we're constantly grabbing out of as well, so I don't really normally put a placeholder here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 5, 10, 15. Nespresso pots, Nespresso pots, 20, 40, 50, 60. Ooh, right there. 50. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. It's so weird. These $4 bills are just randomly in the water stays like that. They're just randomly in the envelopes. Like, when did I have $4 bills in there? Okay, and that's it for that one. We're gonna go into Big Mama. Big Mama is my holiday and birthday binder. It's also my problem child binder. If I'm honest, it's just I'm always updating this one, always updating Christmas. My Christmas binder is going to come out soon, so I'm gonna be uncondensing this whole envelope because it's honestly a mess. It's such a mess. You guys are gonna be like, what is going on? So we have 1,000, 600, 700, 800, 900. So that's already 900. I don't think this equals, actually, you know what, before I say anything, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95. It does. It equals 100, so it's 2,000. Oh, that's right. I do remember that being 2,000. Okay, so we are going to take all of this out and replace it with a $2,000 placeholder. I'm going to put that to the side, and hopefully I have one in here. If I don't, oh, I do. I have one. We never make it here. 2,000. Nice. So we're just gonna stick that in there with our little tracker. And I'm just gonna update it on the side really quickly. And this is what it looks like. It's very messy. Just crossed out the 1,600 and put 2,000. And then I'm just going to put the bills and the placeholder away. Okay, moving on to the next one is Halloween. This is our little tracker. So we got a $700 placeholder. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So now we have 800. 20, 35. So we can't really do anything with that, but we're gonna get the $800. Honestly, I don't think I have an $800 one. I know I have one like in my, oh, I do have one. Guys, I have one. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. All right. Now we're just gonna update this again on the side. All right, again, very messy, but see, I crossed out the 7, put the 800, and now we get to put this back in here. That is amazing. We're gonna head back here to my brother's envelope and just condense his really quick. 2, 4, 6, yeah, we can condense this to like 100. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I don't know if I want to put a placeholder in here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah. I don't know if I want to put a placeholder in here. You know what? I'm just going to leave it. I usually put a placeholder because it's not, his birthday's not until September. And we're only in July, but it comes around so fast. Okay. And that is it. The next one is going to be my business binder. I don't know if I'm going to be able to condense anything. Oh, you know what? Yes, I am. And this one I could put placeholders in. Actually, I don't know if I want to put placeholders in here. I'm actually not going to put placeholders in here either. If I need to, I will. But I'm constantly pulling out of this one as well. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Put the 100 in there. Boop, boop. Website domain has only, that's all it has? Oh, wow. So sad, so sad. Canva, you can definitely do something with this one. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Shopify store, 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So 20, okay, replace that with the 50. Okay, so Cricut, we've got 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15. Urgh. Let's just replace that with a 10. Inventory, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Perfect. 100. 10, 15, 20. They didn't even go in straight. equipment, 2, 4, 6, 8, 90, 95, 100. Oh, we are on our last 100. Well, we're just gonna have to use 50s. Shipping, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Giveaways, 20, 30, 40, 50. Or we're gonna take a 50, and then 2 5s, we're gonna take a 10. And we're gonna put 60 in here. Packaging, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 20. Nice. Printing materials, 20. Night markets, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35. A lot of 35s in here. 10, 15, 20. Cool. And I think that's it. Oh, is it this one has them? Yeah, this has them. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35. Got a lot of 10s, a lot of 5s. Perfect. And this only has 10, so we'll just take the 10 out. Perfect. And that's it. Bada boom. Now we have to put the overflow binder back together. So, taking my overflow binder, we're gonna put in my trackers in the back first. Okay, then we're gonna take these guys. I just put in the cash placeholders, and then we're gonna put in all this money. Okay, so first we're gonna start with the 50s. So guys, this is the part where I kind of manhandle the bills, and I go kind of, I just kind of shove it in there. So if you don't like watching bills get crumpled, please just like turn away and don't watch. But I promise you, all these bills do fit in these little pouches. You just kind of have to bend them a little bit, but I promise that they do fit. I've shoved so many bills into one pouch before. I can't remember how many I've actually put into one pouch before. But they all fit, I promise. So now the 10s. I just really wanted this 10 to be at the front. It's so pretty. See, as much as there were 10s, there was a lot of 10s. They zipper up quite nicely, and they compress them really well too. So don't be afraid, guys. Don't be afraid. Alrighty, guys, for these $5 bills, I'm gonna go ahead and separate them. It just seems like there might be too much to put into one zipper pouch, so I'm just gonna separate them. Put the little cash tracker in there, and then I'll do the same for this one. Nice. So it does look like this at the end. It's very full, very compact. It's super hamburger like. But what you're gonna do if you don't like it this full. For me, it's fine. But if I need to cash condense again, which probably won't happen for another couple months, I will repeat the same process. So I will fill out a cash condensing sheet, go to the bank, and then so on and so forth. Just the process kind of repeats itself. So for those of you who ask, the overflow binder doesn't completely stop you from going to the bank. You still have to go to the bank regardless. But what I love about these stretchy binders is that it holds everything. You just have to kind of pull it a little bit, but it's so stretchy. It's so just convenient for me is how I like it. I know it looks very full right now. Trust me, guys, I will condense it back to normal. All of these small bills will be gone. I will be getting a bunch of hundreds and fifties again. But that is how I cash condense, guys. I might do it right now because this is a little too full for me. Well, guys, that is the end of our cash condensing. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. And thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you maybe learned a little bit, or maybe you love it, maybe you hate it. Let me know down in the comments. If you hate it, please don't let me know. Take it elsewhere. But if you do love it, let me know. I want to hear if it works for you, if that's something that, if this is something you do at home, I'd love to hear about it. But thank you again for sticking around to the end of the video. Just remember, guys, find your reason, don't give up, and everything else will fall into place. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. The people want to see you, Nella. Hi. Excuse me, what is going on? I'm just gonna tilt the camera so you guys can see what I'm dealing with right now. Hello? Nels, I need you to, please, you're interrupting my cash condensing. Please don't step on my stuff. You're stepping on my stuff.